Pretty much everybody's seen this November 2021 video where a Sunrise, Florida police sergeant is seen in a body cam video grabbing another officer by the neck. And since that incident, the sergeant, 47-year-old Christopher Pulease, that's P-U-L-L-E-A-S-E, was charged with 4 crimes for his conduct, including battery and assault on a law enforcement officer. And that's according to a statement from the Broward State Attorney. Now, during the arrest of another individual, Pulease is accused of intentionally touching or striking the female police officer against her will, assaulting her by holding pepper spray up to her face, and assaulting the civilian male by holding pepper spray up to his face. This incident led to a joint criminal investigation that was conducted by the Sunrise Police Department and the Broward State Attorney's Office. Their statement said, quote, Sergeant Pulease has been on administrative leave throughout the course of the investigation. On November 19, 2021, a suspect had been placed under arrest for a violent felony, according to the chief. Once the suspect was inside the patrol vehicle, Rosa said, and that's the police chief, police approached and engaged in a verbal altercation with the suspect in a manner that I feel was inappropriate and unprofessional. Pulease, and that's the sergeant, was allegedly yelling at the suspect while holding his can of pepper spray. According to the police chief, quote, although he did not deploy the spray, the sergeant's actions unnecessarily elevated the demeanor of the subject. Body cam video of the incident shows a female police officer running to Pulease, grabbing him by his belt and pulling him back, away from the suspect inside the police vehicle. Pulease then turns and grabs the officer by the neck while pushing her backward. And just in case you missed it, here's the interaction.
Getting into the car. Miss, can you stop pulling the car?
Alright, let's go. We're gonna take a seat.
Watch your head getting into the car. Miss, can you stop pulling the car?
Just get in the car and you'll be fine.
Get in the fucking car! Get in the car! On my wrist, I can't get in the car, so let go! So what? Is that included?
So just get in the car! Alright, just get in the car.
You gotta just tell her no, get in the car.
Get in the car.
Get in the car. Get in the car. Alright, I'm getting in. Get your feet in. What's up, motherfucker? Hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. You wanna fucking play fucking games? You play with the wrong motherfucker. What you gotta do, man? You gonna mace me, mace me. Look at me, motherfucker. You wanna play fucking games? You wanna get disrespectful to my fucking officer? I will remove your fucking soul from your fucking body! Do what you gotta do.
Fine. No. Fine. No.
Get the fuck off!
No.
Never fucking touch me again. Get the fuck off!
Just let it be.
I don't understand that.
We clear?
Yes, sir.
And I'll fucking see you in about 5 minutes.
Now, according to Chief Rosa, quote, the movements of the sergeant and officer are stopped when the officer's back comes into contact with a nearby police vehicle. Upon hearing about this incident, I immediately relieved the sergeant of his supervisory responsibilities and ordered an internal affairs investigation. Don't worry about it, we'll investigate ourselves and we'll get right back to you. Sergeant Pulease was arrested and pleaded not guilty to all 4 charges against him during an arraignment hearing on Thursday, according to the court records. Now, Pulease has since bonded out of Broward County Jail, and his next hearing is set for November 8th in the Broward County courtroom. The Sunrise Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 80 said in January that it supported the sergeant receiving a fair investigation and an unbiased and objective conclusion. It also accused Chief Rosa of, quote, bias, prejudicial, and unprofessional behavior, end quote. The statement from Lodge President Stephen Negron added, quote, Chief Rosa should not be opining as to his personal feelings or assisting in publicly ridiculing the sergeant to the community or to his subordinates. So if Sergeant Pulease is convicted, the maximum possible penalties are 5 years in state prison for felony battery on a police officer, 1 year for assaulting that police officer, and 60 days for assault on a civilian, and that's according to the state's attorney's office. The maximum sentence for tampering with evidence is 5 years. So given this maximum penalty right here, even according to the cops and the court's view, people dressed in costumes are seen as more valuable than the general population. The message is pretty clear. If cops assault cops, well, they'll get 1 year. But if they assault people who are not cops, they only get 2 months. And the crazy thing about this is that mainstream media won't cover this clear us versus them mentality that people who call themselves authorities view us through. And that's the problem. Just like in their minds, officer safety trumps individual rights, these thin blue line gang members view their lives as somehow more valuable than ours. If this doesn't testify to the power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely mindset that's believed by just about everybody dressed in blue, then nothing does. Where exactly is the pressure to prosecute cops who attack and abuse regular people like you and I on a daily basis? And yeah, it's a good thing that this female cop stepped in and pulled this attack dog off this guy in the back of the cruiser, but this should be happening all the time. It doesn't though, and we all know this. Where's the real justice for a Daniel Shaver or a James Boyd, an Eric Garner or a Philando Castile? Why doesn't the swift hammer of justice fall on law enforcement agents like that more often? Why do they not only not go to jail, why are they given a paid administrative leave, allowed to go to other departments where they can resume their terrorist activities on people over there? And why are they sometimes given promotions after abusing the public and trampling their rights? Another thing that needs to be mentioned is that none of this would have ever come to light if it wasn't recorded. How many of these kinds of things happen all the time in the absence of a camera? Even when police abuse is recorded, the guy behind the badge somehow manages to get off scot-free because he had representation from the Fraternal Order of Police, or was given preference by a corrupt judge, or because the department redacted the cop's criminal activity. Even when a cop is criminally charged, as in the case of Amber Geiger, who murdered Botham John in his own home, they end up with a light or reduced sentence. Something that would never happen to you and me. So remember, anytime you're out and you see a cop, always record. Don't be a back the blue till it happens to you kind of guy. Realize that we're surrounded by people in costumes who don't give a damn about trampling your rights and pummeling your face into the concrete. If you guys get something out of these videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know, and don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. I'll see you in the next video.